a special series of videos where I learn a unique skill from the country that I'm visiting.
If you're familiar with my travel style, you'd know that I engage in highly immersive travel. I love learning about new cultures and traditions because I think they shape a country. With its people, they tell the stories of a nation. Today, we'll be making paska, traditional Ukrainian Easter bread. For the Christian faithful, this bread symbolizes the risen Christ and the Holy Spirit. Paska is also famous in other Eastern European countries like Romania, Poland, Slovakia, and some parts of Bulgaria. Joining me all the way from Kazakhstan is my good friend and my go-to for all things happening in the kitchen, Eldar.
Привет, my name is Eldar. I'm a food lover and just like them, I'm a fellow traveler and hitchhiker. It's been years, but probably the earliest memories of Paska were during that time when my great-grandmother was alive and always surprised me with her bakery. I was born in an interracial family, but my mother's line is Russian-Ukrainian. My great-grandfather's ancestors was from Cossacks of River Don, and I remember how he always cooked borscht with the pieces of salad. Coming from an interracial family, we do our best to honor traditions from both ethnicities. Making paska is a very ceremonial act. The household is expected to be at its most silent, and the baker must always keep their thoughts pure during the process.
And since I'm terrible at anything that involves dough, I'm going to need Eldar's guidance throughout this baking process.
Are you ready? Let's go make paska from scratch.
First things first, add instant yeast and sugar in a bowl. Add milk and mix until all ingredients dissolve. Gradually add 100 grams of flour and whisk it. Here's a fun fact for you. I've actually never used yeast before, and it's my first time baking with yeast. So I hope that the outcome of this paska experiment is successful. Keep whisking until your mixture looks something just like this. Once mixed smoothly, cover your bowl with a towel wet from hot water or a plastic food wrap. We're doing this to keep the surface of our paska from drying out and to lock in the humidity as our yeast rises. Store it in a warm place for 20 to 40 minutes. To make the dough, let's start with the butter. You want your butter to be soft but not melted, so take it out the fridge and slice it. Then put sugar in the bowl. Start whipping it with an electric mixer on high speed. Add your egg yolks and continue whipping for 3 minutes. Following so far? By now, your mixture should give off a beautiful bright yellow shade. Then come the egg whites. Add them and whip them for 1 more minute.
So right now we are using an electric mixer. Can you just imagine the time when they're making this recipe without one?
Add in your cream and whip for 5 to 10 minutes non-stop. Your dough should now be fluffier and enriched with more oxygen. Gradually add flour and mix. At this point, it's time to check on our sponge dough. By now, it should be 4 times larger than when we left it. Add the risen dough to our mixture. It can get really sticky, so make sure you get as much of it as you can to the other bowl. You know what's next? Whisk it! Cover your bowl again with a warm towel or a food wrap. And let it sit in a warm place for 40 minutes. Paska fact! Did you know that? Paska is often the centerpiece of a traditional Ukrainian Easter basket that is blessed on Easter Sunday. It's strictly forbidden to eat or even taste paska before it was blessed on this holy day. After 40 minutes, we should see a fluffier dough. Add in your 200 grams of flour. And of course, keep mixing. Your goal is to make your dough elastic and stretchy. Next, add in your filling. Whip it for 5 to 10 minutes until your dough achieves a thread-like structure. Cover and place it in a warm place for 20 minutes.
So you might have noticed, but we started making paskas when it was still daytime, and right now it's past 9 in the evening and we still haven't put the dough in the oven. That's how time-consuming making paskas is. It requires a lot of patience, a lot of energy, and a lot of hard work. So I really salute everyone who does this during Easter time. I am just a visitor and it's my first time, and I have to admit it's really frustrating how slow-paced everything is, waiting for the dough to rise. I have this mentality like, I don't have that much time, but I think what this activity is trying to teach me more than how to make a traditional Easter Ukrainian dish is how to take things slowly, how to actually relish in the moment and realize that some things can't be achieved in a fast way. Now everything is on the mold. And put another one here, so wish us luck and I hope it rises.
After filling in a third of your molds, place them in a warm place until the dough rises once more. This last wait won't take earlier than 40 minutes, so hang in there.
So for the last time, my dough has already grown and we're ready to pop them in the oven.
Heat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius.
So after I think 6 long hours, we are ready to put the paskas in the oven.
Bake it for 20 to 25 minutes in your oven until you see them become golden brown.
I have to admit, this is the longest time I've cooked in my life. And my energy is being tested for it, but it's 2 a.m. and now I can smell something nice, so I think that my paskas are ready, so let's go check them out in the oven. Okay guys, so I already finished baking my paskas, but unfortunately I'm really exhausted and I can't do anymore. I will save the decorating part of the paskas for tomorrow. For now, I'm in my pajamas and I really need to get some shut-eye before work, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh no, that's crazy. But that's true, it took really much time because I remember my grandmother and it took her all night and maybe even more to make this. This is really crazy cake.
Yeah, it's a really crazy cake because I haven't finished it and now it's daytime. And I am going to, I haven't slept and I'm going home to decorate my paska.
Continuing.
My 11 hours worth of labor and love last night has finally borne fruit, and here are my paskas now ready as ever for the finishing touches. So today we are going to make the final step in this paska making process, and undoubtedly my favorite step in the entire thing, the glaze.
Crack in 1 egg and separate the white. Begin mixing with the lowest speed setting of your electric mixer. After 30 seconds, switch it to medium speed. And after 30 more seconds, add lemon juice.
Finally, you have to add the powdered sugar step by step, wherein one step is equal to 1 tablespoon. So you're going to do that while mixing.
Paska fact number 2. Paska is always round. And although glaze is pretty popular, it's not the only ornament that you can put in this traditional Ukrainian bread. You can also decorate it with a dough braid, some rosettes, and some crosses.
When your mixture looks as smooth as this and you notice that there are no more clumps of sugar left, then you're all ready to use it. But before we start decorating, let's do a quick taste test. So sweet. I can imagine how it's going to taste like on top of paskas.
Using a tablespoon, top your paska with your glaze. It's time to get creative. Decorate your paskas with your toppings of choice. I settled for a spring motif with my paskas. Flower sprinkles, butterflies, and pairs of cute chicks. I chose this motif because paska is traditionally decorated with symbolic ornaments associated with spring themes, the blossoming of nature, and rebirth.
OMG, look at them, they're so cute. I don't want to eat them.
And voila! This is what my final product looks like. Overall, I'm very happy with how my paskas turned out.
It's finally time to test the labor of our love. It's 4 a.m. in Kazakhstan, and joining me in this magical moment is my friend and guide, Eldar. Hi! Of course, he has to join in, and I really wish you were here so that you could share this magical moment with me in person. So, I have to admit the paskas are just too cute to eat. I don't want to eat the chicks that I put on top. And I just want to keep it like this forever, but I don't want to waste my effort, so I'm going to start to dig in, okay? So, Eldar, are you ready? Alright, okay, it's actually very soft. I thought it was gonna be much harder. The icing is really solid right now, so I'm gonna try to cut it properly. Okay. Wow, okay, really. I'm starting to taste the icing, it's really sweet. So this is the inside of the dough. So you can see it's really yellow and it's very soft actually. Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah.
It's good texture.
You can see the raisins. Okay, so. My god, it's sweet.
So how is it?
It's really sweet. Like even the dough is sweet. It's really nice. I like it with raisins, it's nice. Fun fact, I used to hate raisins, guys. Mukbang. So let's try it with a little bit of the glaze.
That's really great. I'm very proud of you.
I wish every day was Easter. Really enjoying this although I swear. I think the 11 hours was worth it. So, what did you think of my attempt to do paska?
I'm very proud of you since you are a baker.
That's so good, yeah. It's definitely difficult for a non-baker.
But you did everything well, step by step, and it worked.
And growing up in an Asian household, we never had to measure anything, and we rarely worked with dough. But
you did everything good, even you know, you did much dough from the first attempt, and the yeast started to work as well.
yeah, thank you to Ira for lending us our scales. And what do you have to say for people who want to attempt this recipe?
I think for non-bakers, you should really start with things that's like measure and following all steps in the recipe. And I think you have to have a lot of patience because dough is not a joke. You have to have a serious attitude to it and do it with much love and passion.
I actually just ate half because it's too sweet for me. Like, if I eat the entire thing, I'd probably turn into a paska by the end of the day. Eldar, I don't really want to eat the chicks. They're so cute. I just feel sorry for these little sugar chicks. They look so cute. But I think it's time for them to go. Say goodbye, Papa. I just murdered a sugar chick. May you rest in peace.
Thank you so much, Eldar, for helping me make my first paskas. I really appreciate your time and your willingness to share with me the food, cuisine, and stories of your family and heritage. To my neighbors and colleagues, Ira and Aksana, thank you for lending me my baking equipment. I wouldn't have done this recipe without you.
That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and I hope you learned a thing or two about Ukrainian Easter traditions and about making paskas. To any of you attempting this recipe, I highly suggest to have a lot of time and patience in your hands. I've gotta admit, it wasn't the most fun process, but I think this serves as a timely reminder that sometimes the things that we want, the things that we dream for, and the sweetest things in life take a long time. But trust me, in the end, it's worth the wait. I'll see you soon. Дякую. Па-па!